Isolation Nation, we are back. And a nation we are today, especially when we need to gather together to be on the edge of our seats for quite a very interesting thing. I mean, we all are wondering what's going to happen. Am I going to feed Henry Horse more snacks? And yes, the answer is right in. The results are in. It's very clear right now. Could there be a more decisive? Oh my God, Trump is suing my dog for having eaten his snacks. Just such an unexpected development. We're going to probably dive into it a little bit. We don't talk politics, but we do talk, the current all-consuming state of the world. And so let's do it with my fabulous co-hosts. Now, please welcome the second leg of the four-legged tripod that makes up the quarantine, Steve Hofstetter.
Hello, everybody. Hello. My forehead is way too lit in this hotel room, but here we are. What?
It looks good, dude.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And Dodgers hat, Dodgers shirt. You win one fucking World Series, and you got to talk shit. All right.
I waited 32 years for this, my friend.
I understand. And by the way, you legitimately did. When I was in high school and the Yankees won the World Series in '96, there was this one kid running around being like, I waited 15 years. And I was like, dude, you're 14. Other people waited 15 years. You learned about baseball 3 years ago. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
that are taking people's joy away since the late 90s.
I would argue early 80s. But that said, I am very excited to introduce the next host of the quarantine. But first, if you want to support the show, please do so. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com, of course. You can super chat on the YouTube, throw in those Facebook stars, do all of that stuff. And please welcome Mr. Chris Bowers, everybody. Chris Bowers.
Wow, what's up, everybody? You know, we're still in a waiting pattern, but this is the first time in a long time where I've gotten really drunk the night before and woke up and things were slightly better. So I'm excited that happened. I went to bed pretty upset, pretty sad, pretty worried that I had to was going to have to go to Ben's house and talk him off a ledge or something, or, figure out, send somebody to Steve's hotel. And so we're looking better. We're looking better. So,
part of the key, I think, Bowers, is to ignoring the guy, because I've been obsessed for 4 years, and I literally had this zen took me over last night. The news was looking terrible, and I literally thought, I am over it. I just have a good feeling. I feel like it's going to go well, knock on wood, and I'm not going to let Trump control my mind anymore. They kept saying he's going to speak soon. He's going to speak soon. It was already 1:45 a.m. White House time, and I'm like, I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to let him control my mind. I woke up, and Steve was like, do you see what's happening with Wisconsin? He's getting Wisconsin. I'm like, hell yeah, baby. So let's just put him out of our damn minds. Maybe he'll go away, magically disappear.
Wait, not quite. The order of operations was a bit different there. I said, you see what happened with Wisconsin, and then 6 hours later you woke up.
Did not look at the time of that text.
Well, in fairness, I am on Eastern time right now. But anyway,
Queen Rachel's here. On Eastern time.
Let's introduce Queen Rachel before we get too much into this. Queen, how you doing?
Location number 11, East Coast time as well.
Queen,
welcome.
Location 11, love it. Where are you?
I'm in Boston.
And where are you, Steve?
I'm in Ohio. Were you trying to see if we were in separate rooms?
We know you broke up. We know you guys broke up. We don't think that you date anymore. We just think you used to date.
I'm not only am I in Ohio, but I'm in my hotel is on a river, and it's kind of like Whitewater-ish Rapids River. Like, this is a serious. What just happened?
What the fuck was that, Benjamin?
Sir,
Sir,
this is a Wendy's.
Why is that your
default
picture?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what happened.
you changed that real quick for not knowing what happened.
There was some sort of sunburnt Ben Gleib in front of the screen.
I don't know. It was more red when the picture came on the screen, or when it came off the screen, it was his face again. That was awesome.
I really don't know what that was.
My hotel's on a river. Were those the magic words that made it happen?
My hotel's on a river, and even glimpsing my shirtless body for 1 second, I realized I need a gym very badly. Very badly.
My hotel is on a river, And so I went out on like the little balcony thing, and it overlooks the river, and it's really nice. And like these rapids they seem pretty fucking fast. And I went out this morning, and I was like drinking my coffee, and it was really nice. And then all of a sudden, a dude in a kayak just fucking shot past me. I was like, what the hell was that? And I was as shocked as when I saw sunburnt Ben Gleib. So the story worked out perfectly.
I can't think of an explanation for what happened there. I switched to a different camera feed, and I think, sometimes like it has the image of the last time, so apparently I was shirtless in front of a webcam at some point in the last few days. I don't know what.
Am I the only one who thought he looked extremely sunburnt?
He
like
looked
a
very
lobster.
red.
Look, no, Ben was getting the vote out in Wisconsin very seriously. He was doing shirtless webcams for the last 3 days to get people to vote. That's the thing he
Dicks out for
offered up
Biden.
on his own.
So speaking of Wisconsin, I want to bring this up. I talked about this on my social media. So Wisconsin likely is, when all is said and done, it's about 20,000 vote difference. And the event that Nowhere put on that was spearheaded by Ben, who did tireless work on this event, raised $540,000 for the Wisconsin Democratic Party. And it is quite possible that Ben Gleib, after all, influenced the presidential election. After all this time. Although also Georgia and Pennsylvania could flip and it wouldn't matter. But the point is that
The emotional tide.
right now, without Wisconsin, Biden doesn't win, and Ben Gleib may have done that. So that's awesome.
Wow, thank you, Steve.
You can show
That
us
is
all the
bonkers.
shirtless selfies you want after that. Ben. Carte blanche.
I didn't go that far. I did not say that.
That is super bonkers, and the whole reason I ran in the first place was to try to just have an impact in making sure Trump does not win again. So if that, whatever way that gets done, would be the honor of my life, and it also is very indicative to my life that moments before you say such a touching thing that really moves me to my core, I had to accidentally show a shirtless picture. Like, I will always be both. Always be both sides.
I have made a request out to the YouTube people and the front row that if you guys could screen capture that and then show it on the front row, I'd quite like to.
We did a
Ben, don't worry too much. I am really close to this overhead lamp, and I will be sunburned shortly.
I am not at all worried, and also I am excited. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm trying to make myself a lobster, and I'm trying to do it on the fly, and it's not a great way to do it.
Well, now you are. We see your lobstering.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do like much better lobster skills.
Yeah, you've got better lobsters than that.
I got better lobsters than that. And also, I wanted to thank all of you for being part of the Telethon for America that we did on Monday night.
Very cool.
Thank you so much. So many of our SDSC family was there. Our video front row came through and was our audience, and was such a big part of bringing the energy of that show and making it happen. Huge thank you to Hofstetter for being there all night and slogging it through and being a great, funny part of it, and for Rachel for being a huge part of our crew that made the thing happen and helped produce this thing, and to Bowers for audience coordinating this thing and offering to do whatever he can, and really I didn't have to even worry about it for a second. But to all of you guys, like, it was the Wisconsin event was very hard to pull off. This was 1,000 times harder. This was harder than running for president by far. It was very, very, very challenging technologically, and just the challenge of putting it all together so quickly with talent departments.
Yeah,
and
especially in 3 days. The fact you did that in 3 days was pretty impressive. And
bonkers.
I was very, very, I don't know what the word is, but impressed with how you handled Doug Stanhope. That was really like you were, it was very pro.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, is he going to throw him out? What is happening with Doug Stanhope? It was amazing. But he's like a god to us, so I don't know what you do to Stanhope, but it was like
That was
hilarious.
tough. Luckily, he and I are pretty cool, so I felt like I had some leeway. And once someone announces that they're on edibles and drunk, I feel like it's acceptable to be a little hard with them. And we wouldn't have even had him there. Not that I don't love Doug; he's a legend, but not known for his calm political advocacy. But we had a couple of big celebrity dropouts the night before the show, like some of our bigger names, and so I was like, "What do we got to fill this in?" And I'm like, Stanhope's name was right there. I'm like, "Let's invite him." And then I said to him, "But Doug, this is a nonpartisan event, broadcast. Please be cool." And he said, "Gleib, you have nothing to worry about."
And you didn't. He was a pillar of professionalism.
What was a lot of fun was that he decided that he was going to be like the last one there because the celebrities would come in and leave. And then, like right toward the end, I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna bounce." And then Ben was like, "Oh no, can you stay to the end? We want to do a thing at the end." I was like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll stay another 20 minutes." And then I realized like I was competing with Stanhope to be like the last guy with our hands on the car for the radio station. You know, so it was just the two of us were the last ones left.
My favorite moment was actually Sunday night. Ben had us do some sound check stuff, so it was just a bunch of us that were just in a waiting room, just kind of hanging out. We get pulled into a breakout room for a while, and like there was a couple times I sat there for like half an hour by myself. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just kind of playing Madden in the background because I'm just in case something happens. And then all of a sudden, just Ed Helms popped into my group, just me and him, and he was like, "Hey man," I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, buddy?" Like I've never, I acted so cool, but I was so like, "Oh my God, it's Ed Helms." But I was like, "Oh, cool, man. How you doing?" "Oh, yeah." Whatever. But it was pretty awesome. We had like 10 minutes, just me and Ed Helms talking, shooting the shit. It was great. So thanks for that.
You're very welcome. It was, yeah, man. It was just so many unexpected, weird things went down. One of my most embarrassing favorites was I just looked at one of the tweets that tagged the telethon after the thing that night when I stayed up again till 7 a.m. trying to get an edit done and give notes on it. And somebody that posted the main full feed, apparently the feed started 2 minutes before air. And it was the most frantic 2 minutes of my life. And that is on the show.
Okay.
Literally on the show is me being like, "Rosario, so please don't download the script. You have the script? Great, because we didn't get a chance to do rehearsal. Shit went fucked up. I'm like, great, you got the script? Awesome. I need hair gel, please, Jackie, hair gel. And if we can go, and we're just going to go, audience, can you guys start applauding, please? Please start applauding. Oh, there we go, the audience." And that's on the beginning of the Telethon for America on some feed. Not on all feeds.
I think that's my fault. I wasn't there, but I have a feeling that was my fault.
I can feel that. Thank you so much for nothing.
So Ben, you sent the audience into a breakout room so we wouldn't watch you rehearse, and then rehearsed live in front of everyone that was going to watch.
That's correct. And they didn't have the audience when I needed them there, so that was perfect. But they came in just before the shows began. And then here's a little fun fact that you might not have been aware of, but kind of a funny little anecdote was, so I asked for my hair gel, and then my assistant Jackie got it for me and brought it into the room during my monologue of the Telethon for America, seen by hundreds of thousands of people, with Rosario Dawson and I reading a script we had not rehearsed that I'm toggling through on my keyboard mouse, and she hands me the gel. So under the frame like this, but I'll show you, I grabbed some fucking hair cream and I go like this under the frame during the monologue, and you see me a couple times adjusting my hair, trying to fix it. What you don't see is I didn't realize that now I have sticky hands. And I have to scroll on my computer that I'm gonna have to use all show long, and this mouse has to be perfect. I'm like, oh no! And she said, luckily it was in the middle of a longer paragraph, and I have like 7 seconds, and I'm like, and I'm rubbing it on my pants, trying to get my hands as gel-free as possible. And then I get enough to do one scroll, and I do my line, then she has another line, and I mute myself, and I cover my mouth, and I go, "Hot towel with water!" I run and get me a hot towel with water, and then under the frame, I get that off my hands during the monologue to get in time for my next line. It was wild.
Ben, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you weren't muted.
Also, that's the first time Ben's ever rubbed his pants that much and his hands got less sticky.
Also, a fun thing, and Ben, I have to give you shit for this. Ben accidentally stole my joke. So, the one bit I was supposed to do for the telethon, and Ben had actually involved me in other times and threw it to me a couple times, so I very much appreciated and got to talk about the heckler stuff. But the one bit, it was a pre-recorded video, and so then since I was already on there and people started talking about third-party stuff, and my joke was about third parties, I texted Ben and I go, "Hey, I should just do that live instead of the video. It would probably go better. I'd get reaction."
Do you want me, or he goes, do you want me to do that live?
Yes.
And so I'm reading it on the fly while in a conversation with Sarah Silverman and Rosario Dawson on air, and I just glance at it and I see, "Do you want to do my joke live?" And I'm like, oh, really generous of Steve to give me his joke. Perfect in this part of the conversation. So I work his joke in, and then Steve texts me, "You stole my joke." I was like, "Oh, motherfucker, I thought you were giving me the joke."
And meanwhile, I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm like, my video's about to play in 5 minutes of me doing that joke that Ben just did. How in the fuck is this gonna go?
So
then
you
I
didn't
tell
just
the
take a
producer-
joke that was Steve's joke. You took a joke he was about to do in a video package 10 minutes
Yes.
later.
Yes.
So then I tell the producers, cut out Steve's video from the package. So they tried, and they left the end, so I think it still had the joke, or the tail end of the joke. And then you come back live, and I think Steve still did it live anyway. So that's okay.
No. I didn't know. I didn't do it live. What happened was Ben was very gracious about it and admitted on air, on the telethon, he said that, by the way, I accidentally stole Steve's joke, which I appreciated. And then I said that I delivered it better anyway. And then, at the end, I did
Instead of say a thank you, but go ahead.
I did a different joke at the end. I did the Braves Mets one instead, which was the thing about voting for someone that is not your first choice, but someone you still think is a good choice.
I thought that's the same joke.
What's
Maybe-
very interesting is I wrote Steve's joke to begin with. So this is like all
shut
three
up.
levels of inception.
And it-
No, actually, my last favorite thing was great was the first like video break. So we couldn't see the videos in the Zoom, right? So we couldn't see the videos. But we didn't know that they could hear so the celebrities just shooting the shit. That was awesome. They're talking, hey, how you doing? They were talking and stand-up was gonna do a bit and whatever people were saying. And then the next bit, like, no, we can hear you on the broadcast. You need to be quiet during so the whole first video, the celebrities were talking, which I would have loved to hear them talk the whole fucking show. That'd have been great. But
I will
understand
say,
the
by the
challenge.
way, one of the most amazing things was being in that Zoom because the chat was very active. And so, like, Birbiglia is giving Doug Stanhope shit for doing one of his jokes. and people are, just talking back and forth. And, like, I had said something, I had made a political point in the chat that Sophia Bush was like, absolutely. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then John DiMaggio, who I've been a fan of, he's the voice of Bender, among other things, like, messaged me out of nowhere, private messaged me in the Zoom, and just goes, hey, man, I'm a fan. I was like, but what now? And so now we're Twitter friends. And so, like, all of this came together because Ben put me in a room with a bunch of famous people, and I'm so glad I didn't do the 101 meet and greet because whoever won that would have been really disappointed. I would have spent 2.5 of the 3 minutes telling them my credits to show that I deserve to be there.
Which is the Stanhope joke the joke Stanhope did that was Birbiglia's. That's hilarious.
Kind of.
No. Rachel, no.
Oh, yeah.
Lobster in the headlights.
All right, let's
But
stop
also,
with the game.
Let's do
one
the other.
last thing. That is just to change topics from that is it was just such a surreal night and surreal experience. And I texted Steve, I think sometime in the middle of the night, this photo, and I said, SDSC looked a little different tonight. And he goes, I think it's because I wasn't wearing glasses.
Yeah, I have the same mohawk. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was back in your Mohawk days.
Exactly. We were embracing the sock. All right. So the overnight game was Muppet the election. So what Muppet teams could run for election? Jeremy Day had a couple funny ones as always. He had Fozzie and Bobo barely qualified. I liked that one. Kermit Robin, a team Kermited to you.
Nice.
Slogan. Let's see. Rachel had Bert and Ernie, 2020 running mates for decades.
Nice.
Brad Clark
Rachel,
had
other
Miss Piggy and the Swedish Chef 2020 will bring home the bacon. That was good.
Nice.
And finally, Statler and Waldorf. Shannon Savage had Statler and Waldorf, more old white men, which I think is pretty good. So that was the overnight game. Good job, guys.
Excellent. Well, today's game, in honor of Ben potentially swinging the presidential election, unless, Georgia and Pennsylvania happen, then it doesn't matter. But the point is,
It still matters, still helps.
it does, and it's so exciting to, like, be a part of that. It's so cool. But
You ever thought about being an anti-press secretary, Steve? Because you'd be really good at that.
that wasn't the job?
He didn't think about it. He's lived it, Bowers. He's lived it.
I thought I was doing a great job as anti-press secretary this entire time. So today's game is to cheese a movie. So you take a type of cheese or any cheese-related thing and put it into the title of a movie. And the way you play, if you want to play, is by commenting on any of our feeds, whether it is our Twitch, our Twitter, our YouTube, our Facebook. But if you want yours to count toward the prize at the end of the show, as well as have a potential or a much better potential of being read on air, what you do is you send yours in with a tip, at least $5, Super Chat, Venmo, PayPal, any of those work. And to give you some examples of them, so you choose a movie, so like Munsters Ball, or $1 Million Baby Bell, anything like that.
Nice. Very cool.
Again, we always give the worst examples up top. That will never.
Those were both great.
They were
I
okay,
thought
but
today,
somehow-
literally when I was writing those down, I was like, Ben always gives me shit for giving the worst examples. I'm gonna give 2 of my good ones. And
Buddha with the wind.
Well, that's good. I like that one.
Before we introduce the audience, Ben, we did have 2 new patrons on the Patreon. So Shannon Burke is now part of the front row. So thank you, Shannon. And also
Welcome, Shannon.
Brad Clark upgraded to the front row. So thank you,
Yeah,
Brad.
Brad.
welcome both of you. Thank you.
Shannon also, by the way, is a brilliant pumpkin carving artist. If you saw my Halloween show, she carves. Oh, I have not shown it on our show.
Yeah,
You guys
show it
wanna
on the
see?
show. Yeah, let's do it.
Hold on.
I thought he had a picture of it. He's actually gonna go get a pumpkin.
All right, while we're doing that, let's let in the front row. So front row.
I can't show it yet, so I'll show it soon. Because I
Yes.
gotta turn the lights off and light it up and stuff.
Okay,
Video
so-
front row, join us. Very excited to have you guys here. We are joined by Sean Ehrlich in the darkness. We have got Kira Stein here with us with a hot cup of cocoa. We've got Gleib's Globes.
Oh no!
I'm off screen because I don't want to be that close.
You're welcome.
We've got
Very
Cam
day.
Brown. We've got Shannon Burke, who I said was a good artist. Bad artist. Bad artist. We've got Leedy Corbin, who luckily doesn't have virtual background technology, I guess. We've got... Oh, my God. Lindsey Brown is with us. We've got Chris LaBelle. We've got the unpronounceable, I can't see your full name there. We've got the
Hear me.
unpronounceable Guillermo Carvalho.
See?
Got Dana Z. Bunster joining us. Hello, Dana. We've got Brad Clark. Fuck you. We've got Engels, and we've got August. Fuck you, Walsh. So,
Can I just say?
and we've got Mary Kay Roberts as well.
And Matthew Plummer.
Gleib's Globes, much better. Gleib's and Matthew Plummer. Hello, Gleib's Globes. I prefer that background. Thank you.
just
Slavic.
a short time ago, Ben.
What is the face, Ben? The face is what's so
Wait.
great on this picture. Like it's like
The face is of someone who
caught,
saw
if you're
that he
angry,
accidentally
if you're-
shared the picture.
what's that, Steve?
The face is when he saw that he accidentally shared the picture. He was making that same face.
Also, I thought I didn't like the Cabo picture. Now I much prefer the Cabo picture.
I just wanted to point out that just a few hours ago, I was texting Ben, being like, "You very well may have flipped this election. Your work, the work that you put in, may have a lasting impression on history forever. You may have saved this democracy." And then just a few hours later, there's just
Try to do a good thing. No good deed goes unpunished, huh?
That's what you get for fucking around on your computer while you're supposed to be doing the show.
Fucking around. This clearly was me trying to like edit a video at like 6 in the morning to make the telethon happen. And I was shirtless and trying to walk around and try to still help the country. And this is how I get repaid. Oh, Russia.
We also have 2 amazing comics, as always, both returning champions. We have Leah Lamarr is back. Leah, how you doing?
I'm great.
Leela.
I'm really good. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's interesting as someone who features for Ben on the Road. I feel like this is a mandatory background for everyone, actually.
You're
Background
in a
check.
condo for days on end and you never saw that look.
the one.
I mean, that's the
time-
only look I saw, Ben.
the one time I don't have my green screen set up. God damn it.
First of all, I do. I've shared a condo with Ben, and all I know is that until 7 in the morning, all he does is edit videos.
And his hands.
You know, and then he also tries to make you stay up with him.
That I do.
It's not funny for anyone but us because it was miserable for me. Just kidding. Please take me on the road again. But
As soon as you
yeah, Ben stays up until 7 a.m. You're like, what are you doing? And he's like, do you like this photo or this photo? And the only difference is a hair on the face. You're like, what? So that's what it's like going on the road with Ben. And then, wow.
Yeah, no, totally. I think it makes a lot of sense to criticize me for wondering what photo to post. That's not a thing Leah Lamarr does.
I didn't know you were an Instagram model, Ben.
That's a new thing every day.
Ben,
Wait, can we show Rachel right now?
Yeah, are me and Rachel the same?
Rachel, oh
right
my
now?
God, Rachel, cut to Rachel. I don't know why I'm asking, but do that again, please.
One of those 80s pictures where you're
Oh my God,
the side of your face. Oh
Rachel
my God.
Rachel Gallagher
Ben finally has a Rachel.
Kirk Cameron star in Freaky Wednesdays.
Look like
And that
Sigourney
face
Weaver.
you're making is what I imagine the Bigfoot face is making in that one picture where he's looking back from the river. That's the face I think you're like. Hey, we also have Sammy Obeid. Obeid is back. Sammy, how you doing?
Oh
Hey,
shit,
What's going on, everybody?
he zoomed in on it.
This is
Current
not.
Ben.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, this was the best I could do on the fly. But got the eyes. I mean, so yeah, I'm doing well.
It still works, Sammy. We appreciate it. The effort.
I'm doing well. Things are good.
So
I like this photo because it's like obvious that Ben has just shit his pants.
I think in that photo.
wearing pants.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing he's wearing is pants, and he's just pooping them.
Guys are not good friends or nice people.
We love you, Ben. Sorry. I'm just, yeah. So Rachel, anything coming in before we get rolling to some stand up here?
We do. We've got a lot coming in. So 7 generals. So Jonathan S. Tipped the show $25 and said, Ben, as a Wisconsinite, I'm cautiously celebrating a bit today. I cast my absentee ballot as soon as it was possible back in September.
Or his ass panties. You're trying to say.
Thanks to the Telethon for America, I was reminded to plead with my sister, who wouldn't have otherwise, to vote. I know she was alone. I know she alone wasn't the tipping point, but it's not unimaginable that there are 20,000 stories just like mine that pushed it over the top. Between your fundraiser for the Wisdems and the Telethon for America, thanks for all your hard work. I'm confident that it has had a tangible impact.
Nice.
Yes, very cool.
Thank you.
And there's a lot more like that. So we had Natalie Renee tip $5 for Ben's extremely hard work paying off. We're so thankful and proud of all that you've done.
Cool.
We had Amanasala $20. Thanks again, Ben, for all your hard work. We tease you a lot, but you're a huge influence on this show and now our country. And by the way, you might want to get Steve some tips on how to run a campaign.
Let me just respond to that and say the way I mishandled his presidential campaign is what prevented him from being president, which led directly to him running the Wisconsin Dems event, which flipped Wisconsin. So you're welcome.
Yeah, there you go. So had you not dropped the ball, Ben wouldn't have picked it up. I get the point.
Yep, 100%.
That's a really great way to look
I
at
threw him the ball by leaving it on the ground.
that is a really good way to look at
Fumble-rooski.
things.
You did the fumble-rooski. I appreciate that.
That's probably a lot like his heckler victims go home and talk about that experience. I made a great point at a show, and this guy just kind of went off and thinks he's right still. Let me just quickly show you guys this pumpkin that Shannon made before, because my lighting's all messed up and I'm holding it in a weird position, but this is a pretty incredible thing y'all got to see. This is a carved pumpkin. Check this out, my friends. Let me bring my lights down in here.
That's my face. It looks like a green screen face.
That is amazing.
Hold on. This is Rachel. That is Hofstetter.
Wow.
That is Bowers.
Wow.
Whoa.
You carved facial hair. That's impressive.
Whoa.
Shannon.
Look at that. That is badass, dude.
Oh my
That is-
god.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
And despite it being a pumpkin, like all things that Ben has, he will not throw it away.
Oh, I will never. I will never throw that away. That is
Nice work, Shannon. That's awesome.
Well done.
Can someone go to his house and steal that from and we can, like the book?
Just don't make me
Okay.
eat it next Friday. That's all I care about.
Rachel, ever since you were in my house and kidnapped me and tried to poison me with your pasta, I have upgraded my security system about tenfold, so I wouldn't worry about anybody getting in here.
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
now you have to knock 10 times.
A couple more things. Daniel Graves tipped $10 to Ben for saving the planet from tyranny.
Nice.
And then Alex B tipped the show. Shout out to Ben for helping flip Wisconsin. Gus Walsh, a couple bucks. Great photo, Ben. I agree. Sean, $5. Steve, thanks for being an avid member of the soup community. We appreciate the frequent shout outs. See you at the next chowder bath. I'm sorry, what?
Especially, I don't know what that means, but especially great after all his nice comments about my political work. I love it.
You're in a soup group, Steve? Are you in a kind of some sort of?
We prefer to just be called a soup. No, I have no idea what that is. I think I was talking about how I had soup the other day on one of the various thousand streams.
Sure. No, you're not part of the soup cults where you take cheddar baths. Okay, chowder baths. I get it.
Cheddar baths.
Cheddar baths is like, soup, like cheese.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah.
Salad's been having too good of a run lately, and I'm glad that Steve's taking a stand on the issues.
Yeah. I'm actually Salad's press secretary, and that's why soup's doing so well.
All right, and last one. Tasha Lee said, just because anxiety sucks, it wouldn't be this close of a race. It shouldn't be this close of a race. Hope is contagious, and we could all use a little extra while we wait for answers. And she gave us $200.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Tasha, thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Love you. Very cool.
All right.
Are we caught
Let's
up?
get to Leah. Yes.
All right. Come on stage now, returning champion. You know her, you love her. She's the queen of Pilates. Leah Lamarr, everybody. Woo!
Wow, thank you, the queen of Pilates. I also didn't know Hope only cost $200. But I am so grateful for it. Also, I love that you guys just talked about celebrities for 20 minutes. Then you're like, and now here are these two losers. You're going to love them. Hope you laugh. Oh my God. You guys, this election has been going on for so long. I really do hope someone grabs me by the pussy. Like I just need it. Also, I think it's really interesting that it's basically the coastal states that are all liberal. It's like, so is everyone who's landlocked, like, do you just need to see the ocean? Like, do you just need to go on you need to see some water? Like, what's wrong? Like, why are you so angry? You can still conquer and kill people. Like, have you heard of Columbus? He saw the ocean. He killed people. You can do it with a smile on your face. Please just be liberal. I mean, also right now, you guys, we're at 264.
Wow.
64 by Associated Press. This is like, it's like so close. It's like trying to come on antidepressants. You're like right there. Just like, just want it to happen already. Oh. Wisconsin is killing me. Imagine trying to decide what to eat if you're Wisconsin. Half the state is like, no, I'm allergic to gluten. The other half is like, I love Italian. It's like, we're all gluten. Just fucking be liberals, you dumb bitches. Wisconsin is now blue, by the way, so forget that I said any of that. I voted for Bernie twice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I mean, like, I literally grew a dick so I could be a Bernie bro. Like, I am a big I just feel like we're living in Sex and the City and America is Charlotte. Like, we went for the Trey because he has great hair and he's rich, but he can't get his dick up, you guys. Drumstick does not work. The only thing he can get up is his ratings, okay? We need the hairy. We need the Jewish bald man. That's what we needed in America. We needed the bald Jewish man. This is just such a disappointment. Look, I voted for Biden. I'm fine. We'll Biden in our time until we've got the country we want. Sorry about that. Anyway, moving on. I clearly haven't slept. I'm filled with anxiety. All I did for the last 24 hours is text Steve what's happening? Are we gonna lose? That's literally all it's been pretty bad. I don't know. You guys, this has been a bad year. Like, I wish 2020 was my boyfriend because I've just never been fucked harder. This has been a nightmare. I also, I know this sounds crazy, but I've been having some really bad toothaches. And it's like, I only took one wisdom tooth out. Does anyone still have their wisdom teeth here?
I do.
I do.
All four of them.
I do.
Yeah, did anyone get them taken out?
I
I did.
Oh, yeah, fucking dumb bitches. You got all your wisdom removed? Okay, look, seriously. So stupid. Like, why would they call them your wisdom teeth if you're not supposed to keep them in your mouth? Like, as a child, I literally thought they were going to give me an oral lobotomy. It's like, call them my shit teeth. Call them my goblin teeth. Call them COVID teeth. I'll be like, get them that out of my face, you know? But now I'm an old woman and I have to have a surgery to get all my teeth out. It's like, why couldn't I have done this when I was 14? I'm just filled with anger. I'm sorry. You know, I really came with jokes and then I decided to just talk about the election, which, to be fair, is the only thing on my mind. You guys. I've had a rough go of it the last week. I'm having a meltdown. Look at my face. Look at my face compared to the color of my arm. My face is a Trump supporter. It's so red. I'm losing my mind. I've had just like every ex text me last night because they thought the world was ending. Did that happen to anyone else? No. Okay, good. I just want to be as unrelatable as possible today. I hope that's working for everyone. I'm gonna go back to some good old classic dick jokes. Okay, so classic dick jokes. We'll just hopefully end on a joke if that's okay with everyone. So during the pandemic, I've just been getting a lot of dick pics. That's like basically all I've been getting. And not to brag, I did get one from a player, and it was, you know, I was like, damn, that is a clean room. Very clean room, very clean room. No, it was like a big dick. It was. But like, ladies, we don't want a dick pic, right? No, we want a height pic. I need a photo of your dick next to a full-size object so I know scale. So don't send a photo of your dick next to a travel-size toothpaste. Send it next to a full-size toothpaste. And if you're gonna send it next to Sensodyne, don't send it, you sensitive little bitch. Sensitive gum little bitch. If you can't handle toothpaste, you can't handle this pussy. It was a big dick, you guys. It actually was. But, like, I don't understand women who get excited by a 10-inch cock. It's like, why do you want to get punched from the inside? When I want to hurt myself on the inside, I just call my mom and ask for advice. Says the way too man's hard to steer his stomach, so I just sit on a guy's face. And she still really wants me to marry a Jewish guy, so I've just been going to the hospital and putting my Tinder on a 1-mile radius. No doctors yet. Just a lot of people. I'm getting the light. I hope you laughed. I'm crazy. Bye.
Leah Lamarr, everybody. Leah Lamarr, as always, tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You could PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on YouTube. And by the way, Leah, I don't know if you know this, but Colgate's original slogan was, if you can't handle this pussy, you can't handle this toothpaste. So it's nice to
I can't believe I stole their joke.
do such a thing. Also, by the way, when you said you voted for Bernie twice, it took me a second to be like, I hope that was separate elections.
Yeah, it was separate elections. I voted for Clinton and then Biden.
No, I want to go back to the best segue I've ever heard in the history of comedy. Just from now on, just the next joke, just go. That was so great.
Yes, I love your set.
So I can't believe the only thing I ate today was Xanax.
All awesome set, but that moment was so hilarious, Leah, where you just started ranting about your dental woes, and then you're like, I had jokes in the beginning, but I'm just upset that I have to get my wisdom teeth out.
Misery loves company, Ben.
Yes.
And I am miserable. Okay. I'm hanging on by a thread. Is that obvious?
We all are. During your set, this is a very crazy moment. I don't get emotional too often. When you said about how excited it was, I quickly just Googled the current thing, and it said, the headline said Biden closing in on 270, and I started crying. I had to turn my camera off. I started fucking crying.
I just want to make one point really fast. So you had to Google while I was talking after I told everyone that they were at 264. I just want to be clear that I wasn't trusting you for you. I just wanted to just double check.
Yeah.
By the way, and if you want more,
Listen to all women, Ben. God damn it.
Yeah.
If you guys want more on that, by the way, the reason that Leah has been texting me is because I am a huge spreadsheet nerd when it comes to elections and also not elections. And so what I did was...
I like that you're trying to clarify why I have to text you.
Yeah, obviously.
Let's be friends?
No. I'm saying the reason you were asking me if everything was okay, like, why would I know if it's okay? And the reason I would know if it's okay is because I actually ran the numbers. And so, and I told Rachel this also, we were talking about this. I guess I am women's go-to nerd. I think that's what's happening. Like, the women in my life are like, oh, what guy is really nerdy that might know this? Steve? And I'm like, I have a spreadsheet. So anyway, here.
I even texted Steve and said, I love how you nerd out on this sort of stuff.
Yeah, Steve is such a spreadsheet nerd that when the one time he got high, he started seeing rainbow colors as the field background bucket in his...
Steve, running the numbers is the most Jewish thing you've ever said.
Well, let me show you guys, by the way, the intensity of this, all right? So hold on a second.
Tell us the actual substance of it too, please, because I'm curious very much.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Taylor, can we am I good for screen share? All right, cool. So this is what I've been working with.
Holy shit.
Oh my fuck.
Yep. Georgia has a lot of counties, by the way.
Impressive.
So basically, the important part is here at the end, where this is best case how many he'll get, this is how many he'll easily get, and this is worst case left. He needs 57,000. He's closing in on Georgia. This is Georgia, by the way. He's closing in on Georgia. 57,000 left. It was 77,000 a little bit ago. But more importantly, here is Nevada, where he is already up by this many, which means he fucking won Nevada, but they can't officially announce it until tomorrow.
I'm so
Because that's when the
tired
rest
right
of Nevada comes in. So,
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, it's fucking over. Biden wins.
Okay. Steve, my real question is, do you have a spreadsheet of the women you date? Is there a spreadsheet somewhere that we can see that has all that breakdown?
And you
yeah.
won't see me on it.
Absolutely. Lots of negative numbers, lots of...
Wait, can I just say that I actually didn't know about the spreadsheets? I just needed a straight white man to tell me it was going to be okay.
Hey, Sammy's a math person. Sammy, how do you think about the spreadsheet?
You're muted, Sammy.
Steve, when he makes love, he doesn't have rhythm, he has algorithm. He has Al Gore's rhythm.
Yes.
Wow.
Steve, you don't realize that my entire sanity was hanging on whether or not you said things were going to go okay.
Oh, if I knew that, I totally would have had more fun with it.
Yeah. You had a real opportunity, and it was this opportunity for you.
I absolutely would have been like, well, I really don't know. It's hard to get closure, or, there's a lot of doubt going on, and have a good night.
Steve, I could have posted all my nudes.
There's another tab in the spreadsheet for that.
Oh, you already said you don't like big dicks, Leah, so Steve's out.
Steve, explain a little bit
All right,
more
good information. I'll put it in my spreadsheet.
Steve, just for my sanity, please explain a little bit more what you mean. So why Georgia and Nevada is all that's needed still? Explain what you mean.
Nevada's all that's needed still, actually. So Nevada has enough electoral votes to push him to 270. With Georgia, if he gets Georgia also, then a recount in Wisconsin doesn't matter because Georgia has more than Wisconsin, so that doesn't even matter. But that said, the basic method that I use is I see how many votes are left in the counties and how those counties are voting. Because it's not a question of like, oh, there's 1 million votes left in Georgia. It's like there's 1 million left votes in Georgia, but most of them are in like DeKalb, that is going overwhelmingly Biden and things like that. And so I use the math based on that to basically tell Trump to go fuck himself. He's done.
How do you know? How do you know how many votes are left?
Based on what percentage of the county has reported.
What percentage? Okay. Basic percentage of counties reported. Got it.
Yeah, and I base the percentage on how many have already voted. So it's just basically it's rough math, but it's been right every time. It was right in 2016, which was very sad when it was right.
I'll never forget one of the obviously worst moment in most of our lives, but I was doing live election night coverage for ABC News for their online news in their Times Square headquarters, and I was on air with like Ana Navarro and all these amazing people earlier in the night to bring like some levity to it, and then they stopped having me on around like 10:30 or 11 p.m. because it got very not funny and they didn't want me joking around, and I stayed there in the studio as it just fell to Trump. And I was with the guy who's the co-founder of 538, the supposedly, most respected, polling source. Not Nate Silver, but the other guy. And he had these fucking index cards. And I was like, dude, what's happening? And he goes, I don't know. I think still there's a path if this card merges with this card. Like losing his shit. And I stayed there until 5 a.m. I remember seeing, it was Amna Navaz was anchoring. Sorry, Ana Navarro was in the room, was a Republican who turned on Trump too. But at 5 a.m, when the official thing was called for Trump, a hush took over this newsroom like we had been attacked by nuclear bombs. Like, it felt the gravity of it like nothing I'd ever felt in my life. And we exited out of the building. My friend Aaron Schrody, an amazing political person, and I walked out onto an empty Times Square at 5-something in the morning, and an eerie silence broken by this crew-cutted white dude running down the middle of Times Square with a American flag shouting, "Make America White Again." And it was the beginning of the scariest and darkest period that I can remember in my lifetime. And if that's about to end, praise everything that anybody believes in. Like, I am going to be drunk and high for the next 2 weeks. And
but what are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm also going to be high and drunk for 2 weeks, but it doesn't have anything to do with the election.
Also, by the way, question for you guys: what do you think the guys from 538 are going to do next for their new job?
Yeah, right.
Well, and I think honestly, and that's one of the things I wanted to say today. Like, I think we need to stop looking at polls anymore. Like, you cannot poll people anymore. It's not a thing, right? Like when people answered their landline phone every time it rang, you could get a fucking sample. You can't do that anymore. These people have been holding on to their jobs for 15 years. We just got to stop worrying about polls. It's not a thing.
Yeah, not to mention that obviously a great percentage, just by looking at them, a great percentage of Trump supporters are people that definitely don't own a phone. Like, they can make it to the local, barn to put a vote in a thing, but they don't have a phone.
Polls are actually being done now exclusively on the back of Ford F-150s.
Nice. All right, Rach, we got anything for Lee to come in before we get to our next comic here? We got
fund the polls, please.
Savannah Martin started us off, Leah, with a pre-show preset tip of $6.66 and said, "I wish I were Leah."
Thank you, Savannah. Savannah knows that sometimes people refer to me as Satan, and that's just what it is. I joke. It's just meant for Savannah, so if you guys need to not laugh at that, that's fine. Keep going.
Alex Breyer tipped you $3 and said, "For Leah's psych treatment for sharing a condo with Ben."
Yeah, I thought that sad story, Ben, was going to have you keeping the CNN guys up till 7 a.m. I didn't know that was going to turn sad.
You're like, yeah, CNN actually called it at 2, but Ben was like, no, does this picture look better? Does this?
Which graphic do we go live with, guys? Quick.
We also had Sean Ehrlich, $5 to Leah, surprising that I think finally took surprising that I think finally took sex off your mind.
Something.
Something. Oh, okay. It said that I thing.
Yeah,
So,
pipe up.
To Leah, surprising something finally took sex off your mind.
Ah, there. That makes it. That's a sentence.
What's the sex off my mind?
The election,
And
apparently.
again, Leah?
No. I was thinking about how horny I was the whole time. I'm still horny.
Which is also weird.
What?
It was also weird because she kept texting me, "Is everything gonna be okay?" And I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know.
And I was masturbating the whole time I texted you.
Steve sent her a spreadsheet. She wanted dick pics. There was just a very lot of confusion there.
Yeah, like the only thing that gives me a whop is it Biden winning.
Listen,
It's like, oh, those kind of sheets.
Just a white ass politician.
from spreadsheets to she spreads. It's the way Steve does it.
We also had Guillermo tip €5. Oral lobotomy just killed me. You rock.
Nice.
Look, this is about to be such a great,
hero. How sexy! Thank you.
this is about to be such a great day in American history that I just find Rachel's mispronunciation something to be encouraged and supported, and we believe in you, Rachel.
Also, Guillermo.
Yeah, that's me, Guilherme.
Oh, are you currently married? Because no matter who wins, I am looking for citizenship elsewhere.
Well, yeah, but I know people.
Great.
And say your name again. We keep mispronouncing it. How do you pronounce it?
Guilherme Carvalho.
Oh, there's no
Guillermo
way.
Cavallo.
That's just
No,
not
not O at the end. Guilherme Carvalho. Guilherme Carvalho.
Need L's.
Yeah, no, that's a phoneme you don't have in English. Yeah.
Guys,
Guilherme
Gary Carvel. It's very simple.
Gary.
And of course,
Where are you from?
Guilherme is the son of famed TV critic Gene Shalit. It's the great.
We agree you wouldn't tell it, but
It's Gene, not Gino or Giniano.
yeah.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm Brazilian, but I live in France.
Ah,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Gotta be honest, that was my first guess.
Of course. I mean, it shows everything.
you chose the two hottest countries.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Leah likes French and Brazilians, so there you go.
Politically,
Now.
this is questionable, but sure, why not? Yeah.
Oh, you know what's so funny is that I'm just now seeing you for the first time.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. I love your facial hair.
Thanks.
And is the mustache Brazilian and the goatee French?
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
Oh, yeah, that's not what a Brazilian is.
Oh my god, got it.
You see, I avoided doing that one, but yeah.
But it's not beneath me. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we got to catch up. Rachel, what do we got?
It is beneath.
Kind of like going from Brazilian to France is kind of like the options of getting a Brazilian or wearing pants. It's a similar
Sure.
situation.
Yeah, it is. Tough
Rachel, what do we got?
All right, a lot more to catch up. Matthew Plummer, $5. Leah, you helped make my day today better. Hilarious, and thank you.
You're welcome, Matthew. I'm so glad one of us is happy.
FJB, $10. Leah, great joke about wisdom teeth. I think all Republicans had theirs removed.
What's crazy, my sister's a Republican and she had 6 wisdom teeth. And I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. Like, I think that she is living in the Stone Age and that she is actually the missing link.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I mean, also it's like extra pain. You know what I mean? That's what you get for being a Republican. Instead of having 4 teeth removed, you have to have 6 teeth removed. She did have removed. I'm done talking about the teeth thing.
We
Let's
also
get
had
through the
Tam
tips.
tip $7 and said, "Can you imagine how much more of a smart mouth I would be if I still had my wisdom teeth. Any chance you'd watch the football game tomorrow night and live tweet it since you enjoyed the sports talk so much last night?
Okay, for anyone who was there last night on the live.
Yep.
Okay, so football. That's the one with the racket.
Cricket.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll totally live tweet it.
We also had Kim Stewart tip $5, hilarious, and tonight and last night.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Dana, $5. Leah, thanks for sharing your meltdown with us.
Wait, Dana?
Dana? Zbunst.
Oh, okay, I thought it was my sister, and I was like, oh. And honestly, that would have been the first time that she was ever nice to me. So,
we had.
now I will keep telling the teeth part. Yeah, keep going.
An anonymous tip for $20.20. Was introduced to your comedy via SDSC and nowhere, and I'm grateful for the laughs. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Anonymous. Can you also tell us, Anonymous, can you also release who's going to win the election? Okay. You guys, I told you, I'm not all here today.
It's a
Keep
decent premise. You didn't quite get there, but it's a good premise.
going. I was like, it's such a good setup, but my brain just isn't there.
It was
Keep
missing
going.
Guys,
The noise
kind
my
of
brain is making.
try to picture half-baked jokes like that, but then she also makes great burritos in the condo, and you get why I bring her on the road. You know what I mean?
Oh, I never made a burrito. That must have been your other girl. But
Where did that come out?
wait, but did you guys see the news? I saw this. I just wanted to point this out. They said that there was a pipe randomly burst in a room filled with ballots in Fulton County in Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just wanted to point that out.
Sure.
Just wanted to, if anyone had any quick thoughts about the fact that that's happening in Georgia.
I think we can-
Thankfully, that was yesterday.
Mhm.
Oh.
I can explain what happened, but I won't explain it, Leah. I won't explain it.
Thank you, Ben Gleib. Thank you, Anonymous.
We
right.
are so far behind.
Gotta
Let's
catch
get
up.
through the tips.
All right. We have Andrew Gordon, $5. Leah, did you see the Kardashian game last night? They're looking good in the playoffs, girl.
I'm never gonna live last night down. The funniest part about last night is that I don't even watch the Kardashians. I just panicked. Anyone who's there knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is hilarious. Oh, I really fucked myself. Okay, keep going.
Stephen Burks, $5. Great set. Marianne White, $10. My dentist told me wisdom teeth are from your Neanderthal DNA. The fewer you have, the more evolved you are.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
my sister really is the missing link.
Yes.
Kira Stern tipped you $18. Jewish doctors make overrated boyfriends. Alexander, a couple more bucks for the WAP for Biden. Frank Notaro, $5 for Leah. Christine McElvin tipped $25 for Leah for being a fellow Bernie voter ×2 and sharing my anguish. And then she tipped $25 for Steve for the spreadsheets. She said this Atlanta CPA wants you to add conditional formatting to show Georgia going blue, and $25 to Ben for flipping Wisconsin single-handedly.
Nice.
And
I
then
might be overstating it, but thank you so much.
And then 3 generals. Frank, Maritz, $10. Ben, thank you for everything you've done, which may or may not have saved the world a little bit. Great job. Tam, $10 for Ben, Steve, and the Nowhere Comedy Club crew. It was a privilege to watch the Wisdems fundraiser and Telefund for America as an audience member. To think we were watching what may have very well saved the election gives me chills. Thanks, Tam. And then Alex B tipped the show and said, Steve is like the guy from Moneyball, but for spreadsheets.
That is what he did.
That's what he did. He used spreadsheet.
And we're caught up.
Over political spreadsheets.
Yes, but for politics. All right, let's get to our next comics. We're way behind. Coming up next, you know him, you love him. Sammy Obeid, everybody. Woo!
Hey! Sorry. I wish I was more engaged. I was actually working on my spreadsheet. I don't know if you can see it, but this swing state taken by blue. Note that I use a 6 base system. I accidentally put an extra slash there, so I use a base of 6 in my system. That was pretty awesome. During the last set, we got 264. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. This is my name, Sammy Obeid. But if we hit 270 during my set, I'm gonna change it to Sammy Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, this is, I mean, you know, it's been a nerve-wracking 24 hours, but you know, we got to look at some of the positives. First of all, they said that this election had the biggest voter turnout percentage as percentage of American citizens since 1908. That's fucking huge, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome, right? That means this year's candidates are as dope as the legends William Howard Taft and William Jennings Bryant. That's fucking hot, dude. But, you know, we are making strides forward, even if we take some steps backward every now and then. You know, like 12 years ago, we got our first black person in the White House, right? Michelle Obama. And we're going forward, you know, but you still have to tell people to vote. That's the thing. You got to tell the kids to vote because they're not going to do it, which sucks because, you know, like you don't have to tell the kids to smoke or drink. You just tell them not to do it and then they do it, right? There's no like underage voting, you know? Never hear two kids like, hey, after school, we're gonna go to Teresa's house, get some absentee ballots. Vote until we're so high on democracy. You know what's gonna happen. But you know, we forget, you know, being on the coasts. You know, us entertainers, we're mostly on the coast. We forget what it's like in the middle of the country, and we're reminded when we go on the road. Even though a lot of us aren't touring right now, I haven't been on the road in a while. But I remember one of the last places I went was Arizona. And after a show, I was talking to this guy at a bar, and the conversation went to immigration really quickly. And he was like, there's too many immigrants here. And I was like, shit, I should probably get out of this conversation now. You know, because my dad's an immigrant. He came here to pursue the American dream, which was hooking up with my mom. And so he's like, there's too many immigrants here. So I just visualized like the immigrants in my family that I don't like. So I was like, yeah, maybe like a few too many. You know, I still wanted to be in the conversation. And then he was like, they're changing our culture. I was like, all right, I should leave now. And then he was like, I want to go back to when there was no immigrants. And that's what I wanted to say something. But he was Native American. So like, thanks for having me on the res, sir. I'll see you next time. But again, we got to look at the positives. The positives of 2020. We can once again say Borat's my wife for at least 3 more months. Come on, man. Fucking huge, dude. All in all, I really just miss I miss seeing my grandparents. Anybody here miss seeing some old folks in your life, parents or grandparents?
Yep.
It hit me recently, like how much I miss, like realizing one of my favorite things to do is just get high and go over to my grandparents' house. It's like the funnest thing. You got to be high. You got to be high. If you don't enjoy your grandparents or parents, that's what's missing. You got to get on their level. You know what I mean? Like they're dropping stuff and knocking stuff over, but you aren't judging them. You know? I'll be in a conversation with my grandpa. He'll be like, I don't even remember what we were talking about. I was like, I don't either, dude. You know? But marijuana just became legal in Arizona, New Jersey, Montana, and South Dakota. Yes. So you actually have a reason to go to South Dakota without wanting to kill yourself. And sorry, any South Dakotans out there actually been to Sioux Falls? They have a good co-op. I like it. I got high and went there. It was illegal at the time. And then Oregon just legalized small trace amounts of illicit drugs. So you can literally you can go up to an officer in Oregon now and be like, hey, you want to do a line with me? It's a little bit. So fucking progress, guys. That's what I'm saying. Progress, man. You can do meth in front of a police officer in Oregon. If that's not progress, I don't know what is. But last thing I just want to say is we do need to remember that everybody in America has their own opinion, and you know, even though most people's opinions don't really matter, we still have to listen, you know.
like, for instance, people were always asking me like what I thought about the wall, Trump's wall, which I just said it's not really it doesn't affect me, personally. So I wanted to know how it affected my Mexican American friends. So I asked all of them, like I did like a survey, and I put it on a spreadsheet and I sent it to Steve. By the way, anybody relate to this? Yesterday, did anybody's exes like not call them at all? Yeah, okay. So I did a survey, asked all my Mexican American friends. I said, what do you think about the wall? And a lot of my Mexican friends were for the wall. I was surprised. Like maybe they don't want certain family members coming over or whatever. And it made me realize that like that was racist of me to assume that all Latino people were going to be against the wall, when really everybody is a spectrum of opinions. And if you want to know the truth, some Mexicans are for the wall. And of course, some are against it, and of course, some are on the fence, actually. So, I'm sorry. Is that offensive? Or just borderline? You tell me. Thank you guys so much. I'm Sammy Obeid. Cheer up. We're going to win this one. Don't you worry.
Sammy Obeid, everybody.
Sammy Obeid, who, by the way, a hilarious comedian tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You could PayPal at stscshow.com. Of course, you could super chat on the YouTube. Sammy Obeid, not only hilarious, but also a comedian who does not care about identity theft. And by the way, Sammy, 6% of South Dakota actually has gotten COVID. 6% of South Dakota. So your joke about them killing themselves is not far off.
And also, I just wanted to make sure that, Sammy definitely gets his tips. So I just want to reiterate, you can Venmo in the top right of the screen. His social security number is 521-4474.
It is interesting, though, that Williams Jennings Bryant was kind of the Trump of his era, right? Wasn't he the guy with the monkey scopes trial and all that? He was kind of a firebrand, like, populist dude. So it's kind of interesting that the biggest turnout's the same.
Yeah, history does repeat itself. This is another spreadsheet idea for Steve, but if you look at every 16, 20 years, there's some recurring patterns. I don't know, Steve, have you done that? We look at the blue turning red. I mean, the last 40 years at least. It has a certain rhythm to it, but it's interesting.
No, but history does repeat itself. You actually told me this on the show 5 minutes ago.
Is he high as his grandparents? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm
great. So what we got coming in?
All right. So for Sammy, we have Owingo Boingo, long last name, $5. For Sammy, for getting high on democracy.
Yeah.
Nice.
The best
and
illegal
Kim
drug.
Stewart, $5. Sammy, to get that ID updated.
I think that's $8, but we appreciate the $5 towards it.
Oh, we need $3 more, Kim. Dana tipped you $5. Sammy, immigrants, we get the job done.
Oh, yeah. With or without a wall.
I mean, Trump did build a wall around the White House. So, I mean, maybe was that what he was talking about this whole time? I don't know.
Yeah, Mexico didn't pay for it, though. He hired Mexicans to do it. So.
We had Tam tip $5. Sammy, you're a joy. Until you made me miss my grandparents. Truly, though, always happy to see you on SDSC.
Oh, thank you.
We had Bride Clark, $5. Sammy, please don't.
Roller coaster that tip was. My God.
Until you open your mouth.
We had Brad Clark, $5. Sammy, please don't use this to buy meth and offer it to a cop. That won't go well. Canadian Bacon sent in $5. And he said, for the new Fox TV series coming out from the creators of The Apprentice comes the hot show, Mr. Trump's Squatters' Rights.
Honestly, I never thought I would say this, but I cannot wait for the moment that Trump has a TV show again. Live streaming from prison.
Please.
We also had Marianne White, $10 for Sammy's ID update.
Nice.
Andrea Gordon, $5. Your spreadsheet has great content, but the formatting is suffering. Bad spreadsheets, no spread cheeks, my friend.
I want Trump to be the next Adnan Syed on the next serial from prison. I swear to God, I couldn't have even done it. I couldn't have been there. Okay, I'm very slow. I barely play tennis.
Matthew Plummer, $5. Sammy, that closing pun was so painful I almost couldn't tip. Hilarious as always. Is that a bird?
No, that was joy escaping Leah's body. It's hard to.
We also had Shaquille Syed, $7.86. Bless you, Sammy. You know for what. And then Kim Stewart tipped another $3. Sammy, here's the rest.
Nice.
Thanks, Kim. We had Z Bunster, $5. I forgot my general, but at the beginning of the show. Thanks for keeping us going during these last crazy days. These last crazy days? Does she know something we don't know?
Yeah, that they're not going to be crazy soon.
I will say, has this happened to anybody? I got one of those automated calls last week. You know how like they're already talking when you pick it up, but this one was just like goodbye. I was so scared.
We had
which just a quick anecdote that reminded me of a very embarrassing anecdote from my life. There was this time many years ago when I did an episode of Chelsea Lately, and I'm obsessed with ping pong, and Susan Sarandon started all these ping pong clubs. So on the same episode, we were on one day, and she invited me to the opening of her ping pong club in LA, and we were hanging out. We were, in my opinion, we were like kind of flirting, had vibes going all night, and then about 2 weeks later, I'm on tour, and I'm on a tour bus, and I get a voicemail, and the voicemail goes, "Hi, this is Susan Sarandon," and I'm like, "Oh shit, Susan Sarandon just tracked me down and is calling to say what's up." And I got so excited, and the message continued, "Hi, this is Susan Sarandon calling to talk to you about Proposition 415. If this is on the ballot, if you're interested." And I was like, "That's a fucking robocall, goddamn."
And he had that voicemail saved on his phone for 8 months.
All right, Matt Burnett, £5 for Sammy. Can confirm grandparents are so much more bearable while high. And then Courtney, $5. I don't know how much a line is, so here's $5 towards either bail money or that.
I need the flight to Oregon as well. I mean, it's
Maybe you can ask Hunter Biden how much a line is.
Probably free if you're Hunter Biden.
All right, and so let's do the game.
Let's play the game.
Let's play the game.
So front row, if you guys want to participate and do your entry live on air, please click raise hand option in the participants window and I'll call on you. The game today is choose a movie, and comics will vote on our favorite one. These are 2 unpaid entries that I like, so we'll start voting after this. First one is Neon Park, had 3 men and a baby bell.
Nice.
Nice.
And then Amanasala, You, Me, and Debris.
Oh, shit.
I like that one.
All right, and so let's start with Chris LaBelle.
All right. So I have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Pony.
Nice.
Sorry, guys. Manchego by the Sea.
Nice.
Cheditor.
Shit. Cheddar.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Okay, so Guillermo.
That's me. Dramatic close up. I had the classic Eddie Murphy, Camembert to America. A movie with Nicolas Cage and Patricia Arquette, so Brie Out the Dead. And then the one where Stallone fights Drago, Rocky IV.
Oh, fuck. Holy
Love your
fuck.
hair so much. Dave Adler.
All right, so my 3 I've got, instead of Hot Fuzz, Hot Fondues.
Nice.
And, home cheese fries and black cheese moan.
Nice.
Tam Brown.
I have Goodfellas,
Nice.
The Day the Earth Stood Stilton, Brie It On, Silence of the Libness. God damn it, Steve. Munster's Ball. And Cheddar Off Dead.
I much prefer the full entry. God damn it, Steve Munster's Ball. I think
That's what I said when he said it. I was like, God damn it, Steve.
That's also what Ben said because he did not like it.
Sean Ehrlich.
I have 2, Queso Blanco.
Oh,
Nice.
And then curd runnings.
That sounds so gross.
Gus, you're up.
Hey, I've got Wet Hot American Cheese Summer.
Oh.
Mozzarella. Nacho, Another Teen Movie. And Pepper Jack Ryan.
Nice.
The Bunst has one. Dana.
Yeah, I have just one. East of Eden. Edom.
It's not that easy to pronounce stuff, is it? Especially when you're on the spot. That's all the hands I see. Please wave at me if you have one in your... Frankie Angles.
Yeah. I got 2 going Marlon Brando films. Instead of On the Waterfront, On the Wensleydale Cheese. Or instead of The Godfather, The Godfetter.
Nice.
Anyone else in our front row? Lindsay, Mary, Kira? Okay, so Brad in our front row had some entries that I'm going to read. He had Gouda Will Hunting.
Nice.
Pepper Jack Reacher. And Close Encounters of the Curd Kind.
Nice.
And these are the other entries we had. So Jonathan S. had Madagascar Pony.
Mozzarella.
Jonathan S. had the Harley Quinn movie, Curds of Whey. Alex B. Tom Hanks in Saving Parmigiano Reggiano. Frank Berman, Cheese Us, Christ Superstar. Frank Berman, Gouda Right Thing.
Nice.
Andrea Gordon, Camembert the Titans.
Oh, fuck. Camembert the Titans.
Jonathan S. V for Velveeta. Stephen Burks, Graded Expectations. Andrea Gordon, Queso Blanco.
Nice.
Abby Wright, Queso Blanca. Werner de Jong, Baby Bell Got Fingered.
Oh no,
Freddie.
Can we cut that?
Ready? Nope. Got fingered, maybe? Or...
Yeah, but no, it's Baby Bell. Electric Outcast, Never Been Swissed.
Oh, I like that one.
That's good.
Amana Sala instead of Cinderella, mozzarella. So stupid. Andrea Gordon, Never Been Swissed. Shannon Savage, Barada subsequent movie film.
Oh, like
Yeah,
Borat.
Borat.
Oh yeah, and then she had V for Vencetta.
Nice.
Amana Sala, Parmesan Wick. Victoria S. said, really love the show. It brightens my day. Her game entries were Breeing there. Gouda Fellas.
Nice.
And American Greer Fitty.
Oh my god.
Shannon Savage had Ben, curd a walk to Camembert. Ben curd a walk to Camembert.
I do not get that one.
A walk to remember.
Curd a walk going to Camembert.
A walk to remember, maybe? Yeah.
A walk to remember.
Is it Ben Curd?
Oh,
Ben
there wasn't a comma. Yeah, it's Ben Curd and a walk to Camembert.
Don't you remember that Ben Hur movie, A Walk to Remember?
Amnesala, the Curious Queso Benjamin Button.
Nice.
Randy Longmire. Oh, Randy's. I haven't seen him around a long time. Hey, Randy. He had Barada subsequent
nacho
movie
cheese.
film.
Who is
Gosh,
randomly?
you're chatting. We can hear you. So Randy Longmire, Barada subsequent movie film.
Nice.
Matt Burnett, The Fifth Elemental.
Ah!
And
Oh,
Abby
these are
Wright.
deep cheese cuts, by the way.
Abby Wright, if you're lactose intolerant, the Emmentaler strikes back. And then Razor just sent the show $5 in honor of Remember the 5th of November, V for Velveeta. Those are all the entries.
All right. There's a lot of really good ones. I liked Cheddar Off Dead, Nacho Another Team Movie, Good Feta, Pepperjack Reacher was good, but I think I gotta go with V is for Velveeta. The first one, V is for Velveeta, was what made me laugh the most. Sammy, what was your favorite?
Same, V for Velveeta. It was one of those ones, as soon as you hear it, you're like, fucking A.
Nice.
Fantastic, fantastic. Melts in your mouth. Love it.
Leah, what's your favorite?
Yeah, V for Velveeta was the instant winner. Sorry, that's it. Baby.
Not everything has to be a 3-day process. We can just know something won right away. That's not bad. Right.
I mean, did I tell you about the others I liked, or do we just keep it at the win?
No, we're not going to let you vote for a third party.
Little sign here.
We had a Wingo Boingo, long last name, had a late entry, an American Cheese Werewolf in London. And then my favorite's V for Velveeta.
All right.
All right, and it is unanimous. V for Velveeta. I just gotta say, I appreciate.
I don't get to vote. Do I get to vote or no?
Oh, sorry. I was too excited to make my pun about appreciating the craft. Go ahead.
Every vote counts except for Ben.
I guess Steve thought it was a fait accompli before my favorites were Graded Expectations. Saving Parmigiano Reggiano was very creative. V for Velveeta, but
All right,
my vote goes to You, Me, and Debris. So.
Like I said, unanimous. V for Velveeta.
4 out of 5 dentists
Gabe?
agree.
Yes, for V for
The timer's
Velveeta.
gonna go off. Don't worry about it.
Wait, hope. All right. Just trying to help.
Sammy,
so claim your prize at sdscshow.com. Shoot us an email and claim your prize.
Sammy, you got any cheese movies?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I only have a couple hundred. Starting with that famous franchise that we all remember from the 90s, Provolone 1, 2, and 3. With Macaulay Culkin. You guys ever
Leedy's
see...
mad at that one. Look how mad Leedy is.
I was waiting for somebody to take it, but thank you so much. You ever seen the Trump book and the movie Havarti of the Deal? Really bad movie. Of course, there was that 1999 classic about doing ecstasy, Asiago. These just get worse. Don't worry. My favorite movie growing up as a kid, Bree Willie. But a more modern reference, Fondue Nemo was one of my favorites. Not a very popular movie, but love the actor Denzel Washington. Last year he did the movie called Romano J. Israel. Of course, Antonio Banderas, famous from Gorgonzoro. Can't go without mentioning my favorite movies: American Cheese Beauty, American Cheese Pie, American Cheese Hustler, American Cheese Sniper, American Cheese Gangster. All are classics. There was the Robin Williams movie where he like grew up too fast. Do you remember that? Monterey Jack. He was out there on the California coast. Of course, very important movie to watch. Thank You for Smoked Gouda. And there was the horror film from 1980, Fade to Black, but perhaps the worst movie ever. But a lot of young ones have posters on our wall. Mascarpone Face.
Holy
kind of a
shit.
stretch. I know.
That was Gouda.
Yeah, don't bring a gun to a pun fight. That was amazing. Leah, what do you got?
The fuck did you just say, Bowers?
Actually, a few. That was beautiful, Sammy. I loved it. A few Gouda men.
Nice.
One of the hard parts about being friends with Leah Lamarr is you really can't tell when she's being sarcastic. That was great, Sammy. I loved it. And I don't know if you mean that or not.
Oh, I meant it. I thought it was great. I loved it. Does that sound sarcastic?
A little bit, yeah. No.
Wait, hold on a second.
That's me as authentic and genuine as I come. If I try to be nice,
that's how you come? I don't like
She goes, that was really great. I enjoyed it.
I came so I am coming so hard. No, really.
I hard in my life.
if I smiled and tried to be nice, you guys would be like, "Wow, that's so rude." She's awesome. I was like, "Wow, Sammy, I really thought that was so great. Thank you." You're like, "What a fucking bitch."
You still can't do sincerity, can you? You still can't.
I'm telling you. Me
You're
saying
trying
I
your
love
best.
that's like, not sarcastic.
Your impression of sincerity was your same sarcastic tone, but leaning to the side. Is it better if I'm like, that was really great, Sammy? Or if that's really great, Sammy?
Wait, but the thing that's the worst part about this is that I really thought I changed my tone.
You got any more, Leah?
Oh yeah, the Gouda father.
Nice.
Gouda by Lennon. Miso cheddar.
Oh, I was really hoping these were all Gouda.
The Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Oh, nice.
Swiss congeniality.
That's a good one.
This one is very bad. Swister and Swiss's Smith.
I preferred the mac and cheese one personally.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben.
I was trying to say, sorry, I preferred the mac and cheese one personally.
Swissing Jessica Stein. Driving Swiss Daisy. This is
Driving
a TV
Swiss
show.
Tasty.
What?
Driving Swiss Tasty. I'm punching up your joke live on the air. Sorry about that.
Are you though?
Blue Cheesentine. Is that so bad? We need to take a break. Okay, Manny Chego Hall.
It's been great having Leah Lamarr on the show.
I only have one more. Slender Man Chego.
Nice. I gotta say, normally I have like 10 to 20 game entries, and on this one, because I was paying so much attention to the election, I only have 4, and I'm really glad I only have 4.
Ben, how many do you have?
I only have 4 also.
Okay, I can do 4 as well.
I've got like 11, but I'll do on mine real fast because it's actually what Leah was already doing. So great minds or whatever. But I've got Gouda Night and Gouda Luck, the Gouda, the Bad and the Ugly, Gouda Morning Vietnam, As Gouda as It Gets, the Gouda Shepherd, Johnny B. Gouda, Midnight in the Garden of Gouda and Evil, Gouda Day to Die Hard, Gouda Burger, and Gouda Luck Chuck. Those were mine.
Well, let me just say, Chris, you smoked that. So nice.
I only know one cheese.
That was like somebody pitching jokes in a writer's room that does not have confidence in their jokes. That was.
Well, Leah already did the thing. Like, she did all the Swiss stuff. She'd already and did it better than I was going to do it. So I'm like, fuck it, these suck, but let's go. All right. Steve,
Four
Ben,
apiece,
Rachel,
guys.
Corey.
Let's do it. Let's go back and forth.
Start us off, Steve.
Okay. I'm going to start with the Adam Sandler classic, Don't Mess with the Gorgon Zohan.
Mine all have a theme, but you go next, Rachel. I'll go third.
Oh, brother, where art thou, dessert cheese?
My first one is good luck chucking out the ballots, you orange fuck.
Solid movie. Mine, the LL Cool J vehicle, Deep Blue Cheese.
Queso Royale.
I've got oh shit, I just realized this one's not really a movie title, but even
This is the one. All right.
I just realized this doesn't fit the format. Now what do I do?
if he defunds the post office, we'll use the Mascarpone Express to get our ballots in, you orange fuck.
Sensing the theme, old movies.
Yes.
This one is not a title, but it's my favorite part of Jerry Maguire. You had me at halloumi.
Best cheese ever.
That's a cheese with about as much broad reference knowledge as any of the counties in Australia Steve likes to reference.
The usual Swiss specs.
Nice.
Love that. Instead of the American president, the American cheese did it. You orange fuck.
And my last one is The Untouchable Baby Bells, which hold on, that is a movie about Al Mascarpone and Orla at Ness.
And my last one is Dr. Strange Smell, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Blue Cheese.
Nice.
And my last one, based on the title of the movie, Go, what we will be saying to Trump repeatedly over the next couple of weeks when he resists the inevitable, man, go.
You orange fuck.
Awesome. All right, we made it through, and Leedy's got a cheese head. Guess what? Sing the song, Ben. You haven't been here all week. Sing the song.
It's Leedy Doodle time. It's Leedy Doodle time. We need drawings right now to cheer us up on the brink of some wonderful news in the nation.
Woo! That was great. Here, first I have, this one. Where we can actually sense the sarcasm. And then I have, you were great, Sammy. Then I also have, ugh. I think you said it best when you said, ugh. And then I have Ben with his Trump repellent, not even gonna think about it. Steve and his relationship little spreadsheet. It just has Rachel and ex-wife.
Not accurate.
And she's labeled ex-wife, which is great.
How creepy would it have been if I put the name of his ex instead?
Also, she's the one who taught me how to do spreadsheets.
And they would do them all night, you guys.
Well, big thanks to ex-wife. Steve Hofstetter, taking people's joy since the early 80s-ish.
Hell yeah. That is a fucking t-shirt right there.
Hot towel with water. Here's Sammy getting the call. Goodbye. Here's the new Colgate slogan. If you can't handle this toothpaste, you can't... a great reaction. Thank you.
That seems sincere.
Yeah, can I get a hug? Here's just, I was very comforted by we're gonna be okay. And then here's Sammy's new driver's license. Sammy, Commonwealth Joe Biden.
Nice.
I'm not all here, guys. Which is fair, which is fine. I have cheese on my head. None of us are here. Here's a little Henry Horse versus Trump.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Henry's response. And then I have Bigfoot Ben.
Oh, nice.
And then of course, you guys knew this was coming.
Oh my God, yes.
Leedy, ladies and gentlemen, awesome.
Nicely
Cat
done,
art for my
Leedy.
heroes.
Very cool. All right, we did it. Sammy, where do we find you in the world? Where do we find you at? What's your
You
social
can get me
media?
on the socials at Sammy Kamala Harris Joe Biden apparently at Sammy Obeid. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time, man. Great
Yeah,
as always. Leah, where do we find you at?
You find me at Leah Lamarr on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, that's it. I've also got a podcast that's on iTunes and Spotify, Falling in Love with Leah Lamarr. And DM me if you want merch.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. We will see you next time. As always, you can find me at Bowers Comedy. And I'm doing a streaming show tomorrow with Jen Murphy and Christina Walkinshaw. But I'll let you know where that is. Just come to at Bowers Comedy on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook and find out where that show is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific, I think. And listen to my podcast, Dockheads, with me, Todd McComas, and Savannah Martin. Ben.
Thank you, Bowers. You can find me on social media at Ben Gleib. Hopefully live streaming myself, not sober, losing my shit in a wonderful way in the next 24 to 48 hours or sooner or later or whenever it happens. Thank you. For this is the plug part of the show. I'm losing my I can't. Thank you. And Steve?
As for me, I have my show upcoming at Nowhere toward the end of the month. I think it's the 25th, maybe. Either way, check it out, nowherecomedyclub.com. You'll be able to find it on the calendar. And also, a shout out to all of the people who joined me on my election live stream yesterday. In addition to the 8 wonderfully talented comics who popped in and out throughout the night, it was great to go through that group therapy with so many of you. And even though it got kind of sad and somber and scary at the end, that's as usual for my shows. And so,
do you mean group therapy or Gruyere therapy?
Finally, Ben has a good one. And so, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for coming to that live stream, and it was wonderful to experience that with everyone.
Awesome. Rachel, anything to catch up on before we say goodbye to the audience?
Yeah, quite a few things. So Kira tipped the show $20. Thank you, Kira. And she said, General, thank you for bringing the laughs today. It's always a pleasure. Andrea Gordon for Leah, $5 more. Swister and Swissa's Smith. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Give her my money. Tam, $2. The nephew says hi. Sorry about the unmuted goof.
Nice.
Eli Tarago, $5 and said, Steve, please share your Pennsylvania spreadsheet predictions.
I'll work on it. Not enough counties have reported yet for it to make sense, but I'll work on it.
And then Jacqueline Carone tipped the show $20, $10 for Leah and $10 for Sammy. So thank you, Jacqueline. That's
nice.
it.
All right. Well, audience, thank you so much. Friday is our 150th show of SDSC. So come check that out. Fuck it, Fan Friday. We're going to have a lot of fun shit going on. I don't think we've talked about it yet, but we got a day, so we'll make some shit happen. We'll get it together. So we will see you guys on Friday for our 150th. Yeah. So we hope to see you then. You guys are great. Rach.
Yeah. So bye to everybody. I can't believe we've been doing this for 150 episodes. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. So I'll see you guys on Friday. Steve, can I do a thing?
Well, no. I have a plan. I think I know what you're gonna do, but I have a plan.
Okay.
It's a gift for
Okay.
Ben. Is that the
Oh,
same?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
it
my
is.
gift for Ben. Don't show it. Let me
Okay.
close with it.
Okay.
All right.
I love you
Well,
guys. I'll see you Friday.
I'll see you guys Friday. I love you too, and I'll let these guys gift each other whatever they're gonna do.
All right. I sorry, Rachel. I really wanted to be the one to give this to Ben because I am so proud of what you've done and the part of history that you have played, and it's just such an amazing thing. You know, people say, "Oh, we're living through history all the time," but it's rare that you actually get to make history. So we put this gift together for you, and we decided now would be a good time to give it to you. So Taylor, if you would.
I love you, Ben.
Such a dick.
Shout out to Hayden Lamaster.
I was starting to get emotional right there, and big fuck you to you guys.
Seriously, Ben, we love you, and you're the best. But I'm crying, but not in the way being sad. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Oh my god. This show, man. This show. New level every time. But I think the fact that all this embarrassing, crazy shit happens all the time just proves and points out that the world's better when we all get to laugh at each other and laugh at ourselves and not think that any one person fucking matters more than anybody else. And you got a stupid, ugly, shirtless shirt, put it up there. You know, own it. And I have no choice but to take that position now, but still. I just hope that moving forward into the future, we all can take ourselves a little bit more lightly and not hopefully be dragged into a oh Jesus Christ.
Oh my God!
Christ. I'm saying something about something. I just hope that we get to move into the future in a way that is a lot more chill. That to me is one of the biggest differences. Is just let's go back to a place where we're all working towards the same goals and not trying to divide, but trying to come together. And on that note, let's pray for some good ass news over the next day or so. And on that note, I mean, fuck it.
Keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt on.
Put on a shirt.
God damn it.